It was a crisp autumn evening when Emma and Jake decided to take a walk through the park where they had shared their first date. The golden leaves crunched beneath their feet, and the air was filled with the scent of fallen foliage. But unlike that first date, there was no laughter, no stolen glances, no warmth between them, only silence. They had been together for 5 years. 5 years of shared dreams, inside jokes, and countless memories. But somewhere along the way, the spark had faded. The late-night conversations turned into arguments over trivial things. The I love yous became routine, devoid of the passion they once carried. The future they had planned together now felt like a distant, unattainable dream. Emma broke the silence first. "I think we need to talk," she said, her voice trembling. Jake nodded, his hands shoved deep into his pockets. He had been feeling it too, the growing distance, the unspoken resentment, the weight of unmet expectations. They sat on a bench overlooking the pond, the same bench where Jake had nervously asked her to be his girlfriend all those years ago. Emma took a deep breath. "I love you, Jake. I always will. But I don't think we're making each other happy anymore." Jake stared at the water, his throat tight. He wanted to argue, to tell her they could fix it, that they could find their way back to each other. But deep down, he knew she was right. They had tried, countless times, to rekindle what they once had. But love, no matter how strong, couldn't always overcome the weight of time and change. "I don't want to lose you," Jake said finally, his voice cracking. "But I don't want to keep holding on if it's hurting us both." Tears streamed down Emma's face as she reached for his hand. "Maybe this isn't the end of us," she whispered. "Maybe it's just the end of this chapter." They sat there for what felt like hours, holding hands and reminiscing about the good times. They laughed through their tears, remembering the silly arguments, the spontaneous road trips, the way they used to dance in the kitchen at midnight. But they also acknowledged the pain, the missed opportunities, and the love that had slowly turned into something unrecognizable. When they finally stood to leave, they hugged tightly, as if trying to hold on to the last fragments of what they once were. And as they walked away in opposite directions, the autumn leaves continued to fall, a bittersweet reminder that sometimes letting go is the most loving thing you can do. By Michael Obayelu.